I will grab my water.
Not familiar with sarcasm.
No, I've never.
I'm sorry. Tiffany really likes
Tiffany's
the word bitch.
never had sarcastic.
When she saw me this morning, she's like, "Hey, bitch," and I was like, "Oh, okay."
Everyone's a bitch.
Bitch.
Yo, bitches.
Yeah.
Okay.
I go into my doctor's
There you go.
What's up, bitch?
We've got the new team name.
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to
The
talk.
Maple Leaf bitches.
Video is rolling.
I wanted to talk. I wanted to talk about
Such a productive conversation.
intentional success. So, what are the pillars that create success that are not often considered? I think we can talk and have a separate talk about the mental preparation that you do or visualization. I think people understand the role of those in success. But how does what you did this morning reflect what you will be doing in Sweden? Because we're running at the same time. We're running at 8 a.m. in Sweden. So how does your wake up time, the number of hours of sleep you got, what you had for breakfast, what you've eaten, Linda Barton can confirm this, for the last 2 or 3 nights,
Yes.
how that contributes to your success, what you're going to eat at the event. Like there'll be potato chips and French fries and burgers and
He's eating nothing.
so there you can be as intentional about it or as random as you want, but you can definitely contribute to your overall success by the nutrition, the amount of sleep, your routine, how much caffeine did you have or didn't have. Do you normally have caffeine, but you couldn't get, maybe they only sell decaf over there.
That would be terrible.
So, like, what, to be intentional about the number of cups of coffee and when you have that coffee, and do you use energy drinks, or I use a little ketone, exogenous ketones if I'm feeling I need a little bit more mental clarity. So I think if anyone wants to share anything that is either random or not, like I know for me, sleep is a biggie.
That's
Yeah.
my number one, sleep.
Yeah.
And I need it before going into the event too. Need to,
Yeah.
like,
Yes.
build up on the sleep. There's lots of naps going into
Yeah.
the event.
There's a
'Cause,
bank
yeah.
Yeah,
Said it didn't work, it works.
I think what also is important is that you do need to know what's good for you. Like I've learned from going on lots of these trips in the past that and everybody's different, so you need to know what's right for you. But for me, like if I go to these events and I am, this is gonna sound really bad, but going to bed early and being really regimented and like not being super social and that type of thing, I won't do as well because that's not my personality. So you also have to know that like, obviously you have to eat well. I'm not saying that like you should party and all of those things, but you also need to know what's good for you. Because for me, if I like go to bed too early and I'm like sit and I like go through the courses over and over and over again, that actually stresses me because it's not my personality. I'm better if I'm more loosey-goosey and I'm joking around here for 2 seconds and then I go over here and it may appear that I'm not focused, but that's how I roll. So my point is, make sure you know what's good for you, and don't just switch to things because you see Susan do it or you see me do it or whatever, because you think that's the way. You really have to like go with understanding what you need for yourself, and if it's a bit unusual, but you know that like that's actually a good way to like keep yourself relaxed, keep yourself not thinking too seriously about things. If that's better for you, then that's good too, but you have to really know yourself.
I think it's looking at it 2 parts. There's the physical part you got to take care of, and the mental part.
Yeah.
Right, and that's going to be an individual thing for everybody, right? So it's not just the physical piece, which is critical because we don't want to get sick, right? Half the time we travel to these events and you get sick; they're long days, and then the other part is the mental management, right? Especially because you're not running every day. So the days you're not running,
Those are so long.
right? How are you going to manage that mental state? So some of the stress relieving stuff that you do, you know, is beneficial
So
to
if
help
I'm
with
drunk
that.
on Prosecco, it's for the good of the team.
Sunday.
Yourself.
Yeah.
Sunday we're there.
But,
I'm just kidding.
I agree because I tend to retreat into myself, which is not good mentally. I spend a lot of time alone. I need alone time
Yeah.
just because socially I get the shopping mall syndrome where you're just like too many people. But I also need to be out there
Yeah.
with the team and interacting with the team. because you need to also know when to keep it light.
Yeah.
And I know myself, I have to be able to keep it light. And also the other thing is, this is also feeds into the mental part. It's, if you have certain dietary needs, now being able to organize that and knowing how I need to get that also adds to my comfort. Like, I'm celiac, but severely so, and I've run too many world events where I'm barfing, and it's not from
Right.
nerves. It's because I've eaten things that aren't right.
Yeah.
So I have to be very strict with that without feeling I'm being that person. I can't eat that. I mean that. Sometimes.
Follow my
you have
lead,
to be.
I can be that.
But I'm British and so polite.
So she's saying you're not.
Nothing
Hashtag be real.
Hashtag not polite.
bitches.
Nothing we don't know.
It's all good.
But yeah, and that's where every world championship that I've gone to, I generally bring my own food, unless I know ahead of time, like it's already been scoped out where the health food stores are in the town, what's possible for me to eat. I don't leave anything like that up to chance because my diet is strict.
That's what I've learned too, like intentional success is packing what I absolutely need. My supplements, you know I can buy yogurt there, but I'm gonna pack all my powders and
Flat sheet
supplements
for the
and
bed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Side fan.
Yeah.
Fan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all
fan.
good.
don't travel without one.
Yeah.
That's my emotional support fan.
Man, if I haven't cooked for sleeping conditions, terrible.
Did you have it last night?
When is there a good time if having a drink? One really helps you sometimes. But not as a crutch, but just the social aspect of it. I found that the world is not going to come apart if I lighten up and have something.
Amen, sister.
Teresa's told me that.
So for me, it's the opposite because I am so easily distracted that I would go to every competition and just be so involved in what everybody else was doing. And how was your run? And okay, I was upset, or this person was upset, or that person's super happy. And then it would be like, Linda, you're in the ring, and then I would have no run. So now I have learned. I try to do all my socializing on the first day, like at tryouts when we went to Calgary, and to hi, and then the first day of tryouts, I have to focus, and I'll still say hi, but I don't know what your run was, and I don't know who did what, and it's almost as if I'm antisocial, but I already said hi to you. Remember, like when I'll be like, have a good weekend.
I think the trick with that is that it's over so many days now compared to what it used to be. It's hard to stay in that for the entire 5 days. So there has to be
socializing, and then I have to minimize my socializing.
There's something called adrenal fatigue.
Yes.
And when you get hit with it, then you cannot, you are incapable of focusing for your run. So what do you do in the day? Like you want to watch your teammates' runs, but you've got to be okay with, I need a nap.
Yeah.
And take away, and maybe you're not going to watch every friend that you have there.
Yeah.
But
from
I
every
love
country.
watching and I love celebrating success and everything. I just don't get super involved in chatting. I try not to ask, how are you? Because then people give you a whole long story of how they actually are instead of saying, I'm fine, thanks.
I got a good answer now. Why thanks?
But I found like I need that time too. But I've just found that, say for example, last year I just went and sat somewhere else sometimes.
Yeah.
Because you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. You still support your team. I still was invested in their runs, but sometimes you just needed to go sit somewhere else.
With the
Especially-
Germans and right there in the middle.
Hello, I'm here. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah. Yes, I do like to entertain people.
I'm good with like sitting with
Yeah,
the team
I have no
the whole
problem
time.
with
I
that.
just have to minimize what I'm
for sure.
talking so I don't get caught up in a 20-minute
This
conversation.
event's good though
things.
because your course maps don't
I've
come
done
out.
that.
Yeah.
You don't need to focus on your own thing until your own course is running.
Yes.
So most of the day, it's nice that you don't have to be
Yeah.
in
agree.
the zone. You don't have to be thinking about your course.
Yeah.
Also, the day is so long. I found it very easy to spend. It's easy to spend lots of time with the team. It's easy to sneak away and do your own thing and not beaten. That's not noticed because the days are so long.
Yeah.
I think it's important that everybody, and I'm sure everybody does, but for me, one of the tactics that I try to do for long days is I actually allow myself to get tired knowing that I need X amount of time to like get myself pumped again. So that kind of like you were saying, I can't stay up the whole time.
You can't. It's impossible.
And sometimes what happens if like you are trying to stay engaged, you only have so much battery in your body. So sometimes it is okay to like, okay, I'm just gonna like be so lazy or I'm gonna be so disengaged, but I know I need an hour or I need X amount of whatever. And as you get closer to when you need to go in, like when are you gonna bring yourself up? I actually tried to do that at PhD whenever that last trial was. Because it's actually something you need to practice if you don't do it very often.
Yes.
To remind yourself, okay, how much time do I actually need to get from here to like, let's fucking go! Like, I need to like get there, but like you can't stay up all the time. And the days are just too long, but you need to learn about yourself, about how much time you need, because everyone's gonna be a little bit different.
I found one of the ways I can accommodate that is, especially when I'm not traveling with a friend I trust. There's something in that. But there's I always make sure I rent a big enough car that I can go lay down with my dog in there and just be away and take that time to come down. That's why I find when I've like traveled with someone like Kathy who understands that, and it's like, it's great. But I always make sure to get the car that can accommodate your
Sleeping arrangements.
especially if you find cars or you